What's going on, guys? I'm the Ghost of Wrestling, and today I'm giving you my Money in the Bank predictions. Here we go. We're gonna kick it off with the men's Money in the Bank, and to be honest, there's only like three answers to this. It's between LA Knight, Seth Rollins, and El Grande, and one of them is really unlikely, and that's El Grande. It's probably the most entertaining one, seeing the dynamic between Chad Gable pretending to be El Grande and El Grande himself. It would be really entertaining to watch. Andrade is not winning it at all. Solo last year, if he did this, yes. Now, not so much. Penta, while he would be cool, I don't see world title right now. Maybe IC title, but world title not yet. So, El Grande, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. If LA Knight doesn't win it now, he is never winning the world title. So, which is crazy. It's just the main event scene is so stacked right now, and if LA Knight is going to become a world champion, it would have to be through Money in the Bank, and he has to do it right now. I don't think if he wait till next year, I don't think so. Maybe he probably still will be popular. I just don't think people know how wrestling fans think. I just don't see them. You know what I mean? I don't see them rooting for him to be champion as much as they are right now. So, and Seth is pretty much the obvious choice with the whole group thing. He's probably the most likely to win it. So for my prediction, I'm gonna go LA Knight. I think it's his time. I think it's time for him to give him the Money of the Bank briefcase. He'd probably be really fun with it and get him out this bloodline vortex he's been in for like a year now. It seems like over like a year and a half, 2 years now. Get this bloodline thing over with, move him away from the bloodline, give him the Money in the Bank, and have him just run with it, have him go crazy. He doesn't really need to have a long title reign. You can have him cash in on Jay, have him be champion on Raw, have him hold it for like 3-4 months, call it a day. It'll be fine. So prediction for the men's Money in the Bank, LA Knight. For the women's IC Championship, Becky and Lyra. Honestly, they're probably gonna give it to Becky, but this feud has been fire, way better than I thought it was gonna be. At first, I thought, man, I really do not care for this. I'll see where it goes, but now they've been cooking. They have certainly been cooking, and yeah, they've been cooking. So for my prediction, this match is going to be a banger. It's probably going to be match of the night for me personally. But they're probably giving it to Becky. They're going to do, because they are building up of Lyra lifting her hand in victory. That's like the stipulation, I guess you can say. So they're not going to bring that up without making it relevant. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't see that. Especially since they said, oh yeah, if I lose, I'm never challenging for the IC championship as long as Lyra's champion. Whenever they do that, they're probably going to win. And I think that's going to happen. So my prediction is Becky Lynch. However, I will say Bayley will be involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it's during the match or after the match. So I think it's going to be after the match, right before Lyra lifts up her hand, I guess, to stop her from doing so, I guess. So that's my prediction. Winner Becky Lynch with Bayley coming out to stop Lyra from lifting up her hand. Next is the women's Money in the Bank. And honestly, out of these 6 women, any of them could actually win. As opposed to the men's, there's really only 3 answers. The women, any of the 6 can actually win. Julia and Roxanne and Stephanie are kind of in the same boat. They're new. So it can kind of give them a sense of like instant credibility, where it's like, yeah, you're in the main event scene immediately. You know, no need to build them up, no need to have multiple feuds and matches and then go for it. Like you're there instantly. So their odds are a little less, especially Julia, since she already teased a program with Zelina Vega, which isn't really an excuse not to give it to her. You can still have the Money in the Bank championship and feud for the U.S. title. That isn't very likely. WWE historically doesn't really do that. So that kind of rules her out. Roxanne has the Judgment Day thing with her and Finn and Liv. That can be interesting. How the dynamic, dang my voice, how the dynamic between her and Liv would be if she had the Money in the Bank briefcase while Liv doesn't, and have her voice is so gone. But yeah, like I said, yeah, the dynamic between them, and how Finn will play into that, could be super duper interesting. Alexa Bliss is have the Wyatt thing going on. She is still for like pretty new, not new, but like back pretty recently. She has a thing going on with Charlotte. I don't know what's going on with that. So he's probably the most interesting option of the six, where you can go so many ways with it. You can go with the Wyatt way. You can go with her being solo and have them like tease the Wyatt six involvement. See how that goes. Honestly, if anybody were to win, it would be Alexa Bliss or the next people I'm getting to in a second. Yeah, so Alexa Bliss is probably the most interesting option, the most, I guess, say, variety option. You can do so many things with this, so many options, so many avenues with this story you can tell with Alexa Bliss, which can be very interesting. So yeah, Alexa Bliss, very interesting. Stephanie Vaquer, like I said earlier, new. You know, you can instantly put her in the main event scene like that. I don't see that happening, right? Would I be mad if it did? No, but if it were to happen, I don't see Triple H doing that so soon, especially since he's only had what two matches on the main roster so far. I don't see it. One was like a qualifier to get in this match, and the other one was just an impromptu match post WrestleMania, right? The Raw after Mania. So I don't really see her winning it. So that kind of lessens her chance, but like I said, I wouldn't complain if she did. So that leaves the two highly favored options, Naomi and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is like the obvious answer. Like Mommy in the Bank seems like a easy marketing thing where you just slap Mommy in the bank and it's gonna sell mad merchandise. It's like an easy layup not to do it. And I get it, she doesn't need it. I agree, she doesn't need it. But so did John Cena, and he won Money at the Bank before. So that doesn't really stop them from doing that. So you have the merch, you have, I guess prestige, I guess. You have the obvious story with her and Io. I can see why she would win it. I don't want her to win it. I think you should give it to any of the other 5 competitors. I think they can tell better stories with it. And I think that's what Money in the Bank should be for, telling new stories, because you can already tell a story with her and Io already. Just have her, I guess, do like a contendership match where you can just, have a series of matches for the #1 contendership and then challenge for the championship at Evolution, where, it makes sense to do that, but it is what it is. And Naomi is my personal pick to win the match. That's my prediction. Naomi's winning the Women's Money in the Bank. She has been killing it with the character work lately. Matches have been pretty good. You have so many stories you can tell with her and Bianca and Jade. How you can have a triple threat or a one-on-one with Bianca being the special guest referee. That will be pretty cool. In which she just deserves it. It's been 8 years since he last won a championship. Like around was it 2017, 2018? I think it was one of those. 2017, 2018 when she last won a championship. So it's been a long time. And ever since she's come back, ever since the Jade Bianca thing started, she has been arguably the best character in all of WWE. She has been killing it. Especially those promo segments, her and Bianca. Give them ladies an NAACP, Tony, whatever you want to call it. Give it to them. They have been cooking. And why not reward her with not only being here, coming back, because she was doing pretty well in TNA while she was gone in WWE. She chose to come back, and she's improved. She's the best she's ever been in WWE, which is saying a lot because she's been here since what, 2010, for 15 years now. She's been here for a while, so why not reward not only her loyalty but also her improving after all these years, which is not easy to say. So my prediction: Women's Money in the Bank winner, Naomi. And in the main event, you have the tag match between Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, and John Cena. I do not care for this. The original plans were supposed to be Travis Scott and John Cena versus Jey and Cody. And it's kind of interesting that Jey is even in this in the first place. Because I get it, him and, Cody were former tag champs and, homies and all that. But Jey got a lot going on. He has the thing with Gunther going on. He has to have a match on Monday with that. And then he has the Seth faction thing going on, and this. It's a lot. They're really going all in with Jey being the champ. I will say, this is the main event, and the men's tag match has already happened. Do we see a cash in? Because you have both champs in the match. That has never really happened before, where it's a tag match, but someone cashes in during a tag match. How does that work? Does it become a triple tag and he just pins, or it becomes a one-on-one? I don't know. I've never seen that before, and that can be a really interesting story where whoever it is, whether it's LA Knight, Seth, El Grande, whoever, they cash in. Who do they pin? They're not pinning John Cena. John Cena is not losing to a Money in the Bank cash in the middle of June, when you have literally half a year left of him. He's not losing that to at the SummerSlam, the earliest and the latest being Survivor Series, or even his last match, if at all. He is not losing, so it'll probably be Jey. And they built up this Gunther match for so long, for a month now. They've been hyping it up, teasing it. They've been treating this like this is a WrestleMania match. Like, it's crazy. And I don't think they just throw it away like that. I don't. I think they'll go through with the match, but then you can do shenanigans at the end or after. So I don't see a cash-in happening now. So that rules that out. But the winner of this match is probably going to be Jey and Cody, with either Logan Paul most likely taking a pin. They can go with the swerve with Cody pinning John, setting up a rematch at Night of Champions, because he is advertised for Night of Champions. Or they can somehow delay that into SummerSlam. I guess I don't know how they can do that, because they've, there's only so many times you can stretch a feud, right? So there's so many ways you can stretch a feud. So my prediction: Cody and Jey wins, pinning John Cena in the process. That is my predictions for Money in the Bank tag match: Cody and Jey. Women's Money in the Bank: Naomi. Men's Money in the Bank: LA Knight. And the women's IC title match: Becky. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that noti bell for more wrestling videos. This is the Ghost of Wrestling signing out. Stay spooky.